Victor, how excited are you, and are all systems go, ready for you to play?
I'm ecstatic, man. Obviously, it's been almost a year now since I've been on the field, and it's something that the moment that I've been waiting for, and I'm excited to get there, excited to be out there with my teammates, suited up, ready to win the game against the Buffalo Bills.
Now, when we spoke at camp, you seemed like that you were close. So how frustrating was this that it has taken as long as it's taken?
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. Obviously, you when you get so close and you think you're there, and then something sets you back a little bit. It's definitely not the best feeling in the world, but you understand it's part of the gig. It's part of coming off a major injury. Other things happen, and you want to make sure that you're 100% ready to go once your number's called. So I think I'm there, and I think I just got to get through this good week of practice and be ready to go for Sunday.
Now, Victor, you're not only a great athlete, but you're a savvy athlete. You get it. So let me ask you this. What are the Giants trying to do? Who are they trying to light a fire under, bringing in guys like Hakeem Nicks and Wes Welker?
I'm not sure. I think it's definitely, something that you bring in guys like that to improve our team, and I think you understand that, and you want to bring those guys in to be a part of our team and to improve our team and to help us win in whatever way they can. We'll take it.
Now, you're not somebody that needs a fire lit, and neither does Odell Beckham Jr., but the other guys on the team, do they get that sense that, hey, I better wake up here because they're starting to look for replacements?
Absolutely. Anytime they're trying out guys at your position, you pick your head up and you're focused a little bit more, and you're a little bit more attentive to what's happening, and you pay attention, and you understand that, and you know that you have to look at what you're doing in order to fix that and or not fix that and just work harder. So it definitely lights a fire under you no matter who you are.
Major knee surgery, you are not taking the field unless you feel 100%. So you do, but is there a little something in the back of your head where you make a cut under the heat of a big game and get hit that you're still waiting to see if it holds up?
Absolutely. Obviously, I haven't taken a hit in over a year. I'm dying for that first piece of contact so I can get up from it, shake it off, and keep it moving. So I'm excited for that. I'd be lying if I say it's not a little bit scary. Obviously, you want to, hopefully it happens quickly in the first play of the game or something like that so I can get it over with. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll see how the week progresses. And come Sunday, hopefully I can get that first hit out of the way and go about my business.
Victor, those first 2 weeks were tough for guys that we all respect in Tom Coughlin and Eli Manning. How did you see it? How did you deal with it as somebody watching from the sidelines and watching from afar, the kind of mental meltdowns that we saw from this team the first 2 weeks?
It was tough, obviously, to watch, especially because you want to be out there helping your team win and helping your team to victory. But it was tough, man. It was tough to watch mainly because, the fourth quarter is typically somewhere where we want to win that fourth quarter and win the game. Coach Coughlin always preaches if you win the fourth quarter, you win the game, and that's that. So obviously we didn't get that done in the first 2 weeks, which is discouraging. But we understand it's a long season, and we can't just, relish on those 2 games because there's going to be a lot more to be played, especially down the line, especially against the Cowboys. We have to see them again and things like that. So we're excited about the opportunities that we have in front of us, although we know that we let 2 slip away in the first 2.
Now, Victor, we have a new member of our show, and his name is Peter Rosenberg. He's a big name dropper, and he talks about how he knows you, but then he said that you left tickets for him in the last game, and they weren't even there. So it makes us even wonder, do you even know who Peter is?
Vaguely. I think he's on another morning show somewhere in New York. I may have heard his name, but I do know Peter Rosenberg very well. He's a very, very good friend of mine. Although the one blemish in our friendship is that he's the Washington Redskins fan, but I don't hold that against him.
Peter?
Listen, Victor Cruz puts on a very nice act. When everyone talks to him, they think he's the nicest guy in the world. I'm going to tell you the truth about Victor Cruz. He's a bad guy. This is secretly the image totally fake. I've seen him push children on the street. The man is a danger. No, Victor is one of the best guys. He makes it he's always made it hard for me to root for my team when you have a guy who's this awesome as an athlete in the city. And I wonder when you take these timeouts, like you had this year with this big injury, and I still see how you're received when you're out in general, and obviously because we're friends, I get happy when you see Victor at a game and his face comes up on the screen and people go crazy. Does it make you feel good to know that you're kind of, no matter what happens from here on in, kind of part of New York sports lore forever?
It's such a blessing, man, and I think it was a year after we won the Super Bowl where it started to kind of sink into my brain, like, oh man, I think I'm gonna be kind of a New York fixture here. You know what I mean? It kind of starts to trigger to you about what your legacy is going to be in New York, and I think it started to sink in for me a few years ago. But it's a blessing. I've been through so much in my life, and to come this far and to be one of the mainstays in the New York atmosphere that's easy for guys to come and go, and to be a familiar face that guys know, that fans grown to love and get to know a little bit, and it's truly a blessing. I can't lie.
Victor Cruz is our guest. Victor, Don and I were on your side. I just want to run something by you. I'm going to destroy this relationship with Peter. You leave tickets for him, right?
Okay.
And a pass to go on the field.
Very nice of you to do.
Really nice of you to do. And Peter, after we told him not to do it, after his mother Mindy told him not to do it, goes on the sideline wearing a Redskins John Riggins jersey. How wrong is that? How wrong is that?
Yeah, I've come to know that with Peter, that he's going to do a couple things that just aren't going to rub you the right way. But you just got to know that deep down inside, he's a good guy. You know what I mean?
So you hear that, guys?
All I know is that's the equivalent of making a pass at the bride.
Wow.
That's the level, Victor, I put it at. Your organization is nice enough to have a known Redskin fan invite him to the sidelines, and he disrespects you by wearing the jersey. They deserve to lose on Thursday.
Why don't you? Well, we deserve to lose, but that's for a different set of reasons. Why don't you ask Victor about the class act he was when he invited me to a game in 2012, and he ended up scoring like a 75-yard touchdown in overtime? Why don't you ask him what he did afterwards, the second the game was over? I think your pads may have still been on when you did this.
Yeah, I think I gave you a call or I sent some sort of text message just to rub it in
it was
your
a phone
face,
call.
Just a little bit.
It was a phone call.
Definitely a phone call.
Yeah, I was in the parking lot still when he decides to call and just start screaming expletives and celebrating ruining my day as I was stuck in celebratory Giants traffic.
He had nothing to say. It wasn't going to be at least another hour until he got home, so he had to just sit and just take it all out as I gave it to him on the phone.
Peter having nothing to say is a rare occurrence. Tell me about Snickers, Victor. I want to hear about Snickers. I love that candy bar.
So I'm here with Snickers and to give the select hunger bar that matches. They're changing the packaging to select hunger bars that matches whatever personality you are when you're hungry. Like, I've been around Peter when he's hungry. He's definitely a grouch, so there's a grouchy bar. There is a dramatic bar, impatient rapper, a drama mama, if you will, confused.